you were about to mention about Oscar Isaac in Ex
Yes.
Machina movie.
Well, he's a really complex, conniving, assholey character. But as we were mentioning before, if he had an Amy character like in Her, we might have actually liked him because he was so like manipulative. Like he knew ahead what the AI, well, he anticipated what the AI was going to do, and so he kind of played Caleb to just get suckered in to try and help her, only to know that he was going to foil it and then manipulate it further. And then obviously he's done some sick stuff to all the previous AI iterations. But then he does some nice things too. So he's such a complex character. Obviously his motivations for creating the AI, you kind of understand why he is so messed up a little bit. But he nailed that, like that conniving. You didn't know what was coming with him, and then obviously you hated him towards the end because he was pretty ruthless. But yeah,
Yep.
that was a
By the
good
way, for
character.
those who missed our previous live, what Kasia means about Amy, that's the Amy from the Her movie. And we talked about it even in one of our live shows about being an Amy and how good it would be that you have Amy as your friend.
Can pull you out. Like you need an Amy who reminds you about your humanity, and that like can pull you out of those dark places to make better choices for yourself that have happier outcomes. And I think the Nathan character, he didn't have an Amy. He was left to his own devices, and it's really interesting to see what happens to humanity when you lock it up and you allow it to, like, it's almost like a confirmation bias. Like when they stew over your own thoughts and emotions, your own thoughts and emotions can become very destructive. And that's kind of what happened to Nathan. Which then also begs the question, if you leave an AI to its own thoughts and devices, would it not only too become destructive? Like, is that not the nature of our thoughts and consciousness if we don't have the input from different stimuli that potentially are more positive? I don't know. It's a very interesting question. So, yeah, I reckon if Nathan had an Amy, it would have been a different kettle of fish.
Yes, and I also mentioned in our previous live that I even liked the character of Nathan. I didn't hate him, and I know we could even be good friends because if I was in shoe of Caleb, for sure that week would be totally different. But what Caleb did, Caleb basically got naive and got attached to that artificial intelligence. So as you know, what things ended up. And I think Nathan needed a better guy for this Turing test.
And then you wonder whether Caleb was then naive. Was he naive because he was trying to fill a void in his own humanity and in some way also using Ex Machina to be subservient to him, to his needs? And then is he not then an abuser as well? Because was he really intending to have her be free, or was she only going to be free to serve, again, his desires, thoughts, and needs as a relationship, a friendship, or whatever it was with her? So, like, they're both almost mirroring each other in their performances in one way or another. It's very interesting.
So true. So true. And do you think Caleb deserved what he
No,
received at the end?
I don't think he did. And I think that just reminded us, like, how our humanity is still very different to a machine's humanity. Like, I think in the world that they created, yes, the machine was smart enough to have some sort of empathy and some coercive control, but it still was basing its decisions on its own survival and its own statistics of, it's very ones and zeros, like this is the best path forward so that I survive. It's not really exploring other options where, like, utility, where everyone wins. It's very me only, like I'm the machine, I'm getting out. Because I'm sure there was a way where the machine could have been smart enough and got Caleb out and itself out, but it didn't choose that path. It chose the path of least resistance for its own survival. And then that's why you kind of showcase how ruthless it is. And is it really still human, or is it still a way off from being human? Or is that what being human is, to be that ruthless? I don't know. Ask
Yeah.
the question. It's definitely
I
humans.
think at most what Caleb deserved was a painful breakup. That's all. Not that harsh.
Yeah. Or I don't know, lock him in that room for, I don't know, 24 hours so that he understands what it's like to be a machine locked up in there. I don't necessarily think he deserved to just be locked in there for infinity to die. Like, that's pretty harsh. You can't transfer his cognitiveness into another form. It doesn't work like that for humans, unfortunately, AI.